Hello, I'm Lauren Hawthorne, the Curator of Collections at the West Baton Rouge Museum in Port Allen, Louisiana. This is one of the museum's main collection storage areas where we house our artifacts which are owned by the West Baton Rouge Historical Association. Today I'm going to share with you our cherished collection of artifacts and sculptures by Louisiana artist Angela Gregory. Angela Gregory was born in New Orleans in 1903 and graduated from Newcomb College in 1925. She received a scholarship to study art at the Paris campus of the Parsons School of Fine and Applied Arts. Once in Paris, she fervently sought out famed sculptor Antoine Bourdelle and insisted that he let her study with him. She studied under his guidance for 2 years and eventually returned to New Orleans in the late 1920s, where she started her career as an artist and sculptor and received numerous commissions for her work throughout Louisiana and the United States. We will start with the 1935 plaster bust Angela created of her cousin, Alan Bress, in his U.S. naval uniform. And next to the bust is the 1965 mold for the Civil War Centennial Medallion. Angela created the medallion to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the end of the Civil War. It is a two-part mold, each piece creating a side to the medallion like a coin. The coin measures 12 inches in diameter and depicts a profile of a Confederate soldier and a profile of a Union soldier. Here is a plaster bas-relief portrait of General John Pershing. General Pershing was the World War I Commander-in-Chief of the American Expeditionary Force. Angela's father had served under him during the war. We have another bas-relief portrait of Marshal Ferdinand Foch, who was a French general and served as the Supreme Allied Commander during World War I. This is the plaster cast and mold, mounted and framed, of the State Seal of Louisiana. This piece is also a medallion, with each piece creating a positive and negative side. It features the state bird, the brown pelican. This is a plaster sculpture titled Plantation Madonna. It features two children surrounding their seated mother who is holding a baby. The models were from Port Gibson, Mississippi, and lived near some of Ms. Gregory's friends. In the early 1960s, a committee led by Puffy Dameron, who is one of the West Baton Rouge Museum founders, commissioned Ms. Gregory to create a statue of Henry Watkins Allen, for whom Port Allen is named. Angela created several maquettes of varying sizes before completing the final sculpture. Here are 3 of the smaller maquettes. In her rendering, Angela chose to show Allen seated and pensive. He's holding his hand to his face where he received the facial injury, and he's sitting down, holding his cane because of his leg injury. The finished sculpture can be seen in the garden next to the West Baton Rouge Parish Library in Port Allen. In 1931, Ms. Gregory was selected to be one of 5 artists to sculpt what was a total of 22 portraits for the new Louisiana State Capitol in Baton Rouge. The portraits were of historical figures who in some way played a part in Louisiana's history. Out of the 5 artists, Ms. Gregory was not only given the most portraits to do, which was 8 total, but she was also given first pick of which figures she would like to sculpt. She chose Thomas Jefferson, Judah Benjamin, Judge Edward Douglas White, John James Audubon, Charles Gaillard, Paul Tulane, Judah Thoreau, and Louis Moreau Gottschalk. 7 of the 8 plaster models for the portraits are on display at the entrance of the museum. The model of Gottschalk had gotten damaged due to a water leak in Miss Gregory's studio, so it is not one that she kept. Also at our entrance is a large panel honoring Angela Gregory and telling more about her work. At the bottom is the mold and bronze cast for the pelican motif railing at the new state capitol. It was created in 1949, and the original can be seen in the rotunda of the new state capitol. We are so happy to have the opportunity to share our collection of Angela Gregory sculptures with you. Please come and visit us at the West Baton Rouge Museum or follow us on our social media pages.